Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. So in today's video we are going to be talking about Lionel Messi and if he could play in that match between Barcelona and Athletic Club. Then lastly we are going to be talking about the elections and speak about why the elections that was supposed to take place on January 24th is going to be postponed. But firstly I do want to talk about Lionel Messi. So yesterday it has been fully confirmed that Messi did encounter some sort of discomfort within his left thigh. At the moment, we are within that phase where we do not know if Messi is going to be playing in that final between Barcelona and Athletic Club. So the possibility is real, whether he's going to be playing or not. And it says here, according to Javi Miguel, Messi did not participate in the recovery session this morning with the rest of his teammates. He had done individual training. He will travel to Sevilla, but we don't know whether Messi will play or not until the session on the day of the game. And so look, now that it is fully confirmed, now that we know that Messi is going to be traveling to Sevilla, knowing that there is a 50% chance whether he's going to be playing or not, I do think that this needs to be a serious conversation that we need to have and Ronald Koeman within his staff. There needs to be a plan A and a plan B. A plan A where this is how we're going to start if Messi does play, or a plan B of this is how we're going to start if Messi does not play. And that is also something that we are going to be talking about in the pre-match preview on how Barcelona should line up without Lionel Messi. What could be our strongest starting 11? And so now I do want to move forward towards the elections. So here's the thing. Yesterday it was announced that they were going to have a meeting today, which was in January 15th, 2021, whether they should be postponing the elections that's supposed to be held on January 24th, yes or no. And if you guys are asking why would they postpone, it is because of the health reasons, because of what's currently going on around the world, which makes sense. Of course, you should be cautious because when you know that you're going to be having mass gatherings, you want to do it correctly. And it does make a lot of sense. There has also been reports that has came out that the cases within Spain are higher than ever. So again, it does make sense to take these precautionary measures. And so within the meeting that was held today, it was a meeting between Tusquets and the government of Catalonia. Like, what were they going to do next? Were they going to be postponing the elections, yes or no? And it says here, and it is official that according to RAC 1, the meeting is now officially over and the elections will not be held on January 24th. A new date is going to be searched. And that was the conclusion of the meeting. There will be no elections on January 24th, and now we're going to have to continue to wait to see when are we going to see the finale of this whole electoral process. Now here's the one thing that I really do question about this, right? Because we know that it is very important to have a new president within Barcelona as soon as possible. We know that, but we also do know that the average age of the socios is around the age of 67. But there is a big problem that I do see within this meeting. So many of you guys might think, okay, the Catalan government may have forced the decision on Barcelona that this needs to be postponed, but that was not the case. The decision was up to Tusquets and the people around him. It was the club of FC Barcelona. They were the ones to decide whether this should be postponed or not. The Catalan government said, look, there are ways to complete this electoral process. There is ways to finally find that president for FC Barcelona. I'm going to leave it up to you guys whether you guys want to have it on January 24th or not. It will be up to you guys. And now that we are sitting here today, knowing that the elections have been postponed, that decision was made by Tusquets. It was not made by the Catalan government. It was made by the interim management of FC Barcelona. And so here's the thing. I do think that it's a embarrassment to hear that there is going to be no elections and that Tusquets did not advance this whole process. And let me explain. Are you really going to tell me, right? And I'm talking to Tusquets. Are you really going to tell me and act like there was no other alternative to advance this electoral process? Because if you truly cared about the club, if you truly cared about the financial health of the club, of football club FC Barcelona, you would find alternatives. You would have came into that meeting more than ready to know what would be the alternative if the first plan was never going to work out. Because let me tell you, by the end of that meeting, it says here that there has been reports that the club did ask the Catalonia government for permission to study voting by mail. And that is the point that I'm trying to make. Are you really going to tell us fans and the socios that you asked the Catalan government today on January 15th if the other alternative could be voted by mail? Like, since you have been appointed since September 2020, you barely asked announced on January 15th, 2021 if Barcelona can have the permission to do this by voting by mail. And let's just say, for example, do you not think that it would be a great idea to tell the Catalan government about 2 months before the January 15th date, which is today, to study both cases? What will be more possible by that date, to vote by mail or to regularly vote like you usually do every 7 years? Because let me tell you, there has been other reports stating that because Tusquets has informed the Catalan government on January 15th, 2021, which was 4 months after he has been appointed, the response time for the government will require an extra 3 to 4 weeks, whether it could be done or not. And so I do think that this is just poor planning coming from Tusquets. I also do feel like Tusquets doesn't want these elections to be placed, like he wants to stay there, like he's really giving me those vibes that he does want to stay within the club. Because if you truly wanted everything to change and for Barcelona to have a new president immediately, you should have been so much more properly prepared and way more planned out to further and advance these elections. Because there are so many things that need to be done within the club, like the renewal of Lionel Messi, the new signings that Barcelona do want to make, the termination of contracts, the loans of players. There's so many things. And again, I do want to make it very clear, we are not talking about trying to force these elections, even if it comes to the point where it's going to put the health of the socios on the line. We're not talking about that. We're talking about just being more properly prepared. And so the final verdict is going to be this. According to sources, the 7th of March is the date that is being talked about as the election date. Fernando Polo also stated that the government expects the club to hold the elections between the end of February and the 21st of March. And that is where we do stand today when it comes to the election date. Again, when we do head towards that date, about 1 to 2 weeks before that date, which will be March 7th, according to this report here, just make sure to have a plan A and a plan B. If they cannot do the regular voting process by that time, make sure to have a plan B in order to continue to advance these elections. You want to complete this. There is no reason to further postpone even after March 7th. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the date. So that'll be it for today's Barcelona Daily News. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.